Hyman is expected to sign a long-term deal with the Oilers. Why do they think that he is such a good fit in Edmonton?
Yeah, Corey, I think when it comes to style of play, there's a few things about his game that I think they believe are a great fit. That's kind of rooted in the tenacity and the determination that's part of Zach Hyman's game. You know, we go to the statistics from our friends at SportLogic to flesh this out a little bit. Hyman was the third best player in the league at generating shots from the inner slot per game last season. Only Austin Matthews and Patrick Hornquist generated more of those per game. We heard Dave Tippett talk a lot last year about the need to generate more from the middle of the ice. This is what he does. 10 of the 15 goals he scored last year from the inner slot. 44 of the 57 goals over the last 3 years from the inner slot. Also, he was 8th in the league in puck battle wins per game in the offensive zone. This is all about puck possession. He goes and he gets it back. And when you're playing with Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl, that means they end up with the puck more, Corey, and I think the Oilers view that as a real boost to their lineup. I think there's also a curiosity about a left winger who shoots right, playing with either of those two puck distributing centers.
Now, the Oilers have gotten ahead of the game a few times this offseason. They made the Duncan Keith trade pretty early on, and they were all over Hyman before free agency has even begun. Why are they this aggressive right now?
Well, I think this has to do with the Oilers' understanding when it comes to free agency. They can't stand around and wait. They can't get in and compete with all the other teams around the league and expect to come away with something every time around. When players show an interest in being in Edmonton, the Edmonton Oilers jump on it. We all know what they're up against from the standpoint of free agency and attracting players to come to this market. And so Duncan Keith made it clear he was looking to go to Western Canada, made it clear Edmonton was a priority. He had some attributes the Oilers really wanted. They didn't waste any time. Zach Hyman appears to be showing a lot of interest in Edmonton. The Oilers, all over it, had him and the family come to town, and they're being aggressive in trying to get this done. They don't believe they're a team that can stand pat and get into the fray with all the other teams and be guaranteed to land anything. So when players show an interest in being here and the Oilers share an interest in that player, they don't waste any time, and that's what we're seeing here, Corey.
Well, you talked about some of the stats about Zach Hyman. Here's another one that I'll throw at you. He has never been a minus player in the NHL, and the Oilers will certainly value that. Ryan Rishaug, thanks for this.